Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today what I have for you is my stuffed jalapeno recipe. Here are the ingredients that you're going to need. Okay, you're going to need fresh jalapenos. I like getting the biggest ones I can find. Just means less peppers to stuff later. Also, I try to cut them right down the center to where they'll lay flat on either side. Like for instance with this pepper, it'll lay flat like, well, more or less lay flat like this, and directly on the other side, lay flat. So I cut it right down the center, and that way they'll go into the cookie sheet nicely. You need a sharp knife and a cutting board. I like sharp cheddar. You can use any cheese you'd like. So 8 ounces of cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese. I'm picking Tennessee Pride Sage breakfast sausage. You don't even need to use breakfast sausage. You can use Italian sausage. You can use pretty much any meat you want. This just happens to be really good, and that's how I make it. And then last but not least, so a pound of sausage and a pound of bacon. Any bacon you want. I just happen to have this, and I think this is expiring the end of this month, so I want to hurry up and get rid of it. So I have a cookie sheet for this, and then another cookie sheet for the peppers when they're done. So basically, guys, I bake the bacon in my oven. I typically bake my bacon convection, is it convection? Yeah, convection bake, 325 degrees. Today, I want to get it done a little quicker, so I'm going to go 375. And then the sausage, it's going to get pan cooked right here in this pan. Brown it and make sure it's cooked all the way, because they don't take but maybe 15 or 20 minutes to cook once you get everything done. And then we're going to basically take the cheese. Oh, another thing, the cheeses you'll want to have sit out on your counter while you're prepping your meat, so they start to soften. The cream cheese especially, it'll make it a lot easier to mix the meat and cheese together later if you let it get up to room temperature or somewhat close. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start browning the meat, and then throw the bacon in the oven, and then start cutting peppers. Okay, so we have the bacon in the oven, and with the ground beef, you just want to make sure you get it nice and chopped up, small pieces. You don't want big chunks. You want it to be kind of really finely ground. So, as you can see, I just take a wooden thing here, whatever, spatula, I don't even know what this thing is, but this thing, and just chop it up so it's nice and fine, like so. All right, so as you can see, we've got that sausage going in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting some peppers. Okay, let me show you what we have so far. Okay, so this bacon here is a little overdone, but in this recipe it won't really matter, I don't think. It was on the bottom shelf of the oven where it was hotter. I had it on 2 rows. Anyway, the bottom one got a little burnt. This is actually perfect how I like my bacon. Not too crispy. The ground sausage turned out fine. And as far as the peppers go, I removed some of the placentas here. Otherwise, as you can see, there would be nowhere to put, in some of these peppers, there would be nowhere to put any of the goodies, Like, you got to cut some of this out. Otherwise, there's nowhere to stuff anything. So, I try to leave some behind. I do like the heat of it. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to fit the good stuff in there. I am going to mix everything together. Basically, I'm going to take the bacon, chop it up, put it in that bowl, and then mix the cheese and the meats together. We're gonna make it's almost like a paste, and that's gonna go inside the peppers. I'll get back to you when I get everything mixed together. Okay, so everything is mixed. Peppers are cut. You even have some extra peppers left over. Take a look. Okay, so here is the mixture of everything. So that's the bacon, the sausage, the cream cheese, and the cheddar cheese, all chopped up, mixed together. And then we have all of our jalapenos lined up real nicely here on the cookie sheet. This one's kind of fallen over because I stuffed that extra little guy in there. And we have some extras. Having extra peppers, never a problem to have. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and stuff these peppers, and I'll give you a quick look before I pop them in the oven. Okay, when you're stuffing these peppers, you want to try to get these just slightly above level. You don't want to overfill them, otherwise what happens is everything oozes everywhere. And then when you put them into the cookie sheet, you want to try to make them as flat as possible. And what I mean by as flat as possible, you want them like level, I guess is what I mean. You just don't want everything to like ooze out. You don't want to overfill them, they'll ooze everywhere. And if you underfill them, obviously you're missing out on potential goodness. I lowered the temperature of the oven to 325 because I don't want to cook the filling too fast. Basically, these are going to be done when everything is browned. And if you have it too hot, what ends up happening is the cheese and everything starts to brown before the pepper's actually done. So what I find is 325 for roughly 20 minutes. It's just going to depend on your oven. I like using the convection setting. I think it does better for browning stuff. So anyway, I'm going to pop these in the oven and I'll get back to you shortly. Oh yeah, perfect color, fresh right out of the oven. All right guys, so as you can see, we're finished finally. This is kind of a slow process. It took 25 minutes at 325 degrees on the convection setting in my oven. Overall, I think this is, you know, even if you plan this really well, you're gonna spend an hour plus getting all this prepared and ready. It takes a while to stuff everything. So even if you're simultaneously cooking your bacon, sausage while cutting peppers and everything, at the end of the day, it's still an hour plus. So it's not a quick kind of snack, but it's awesome. If you make these for a party, people will love you. I'm gonna eat some of these and the rest of them are gonna be going to coworkers tomorrow at work. So you're welcome. Anyway, I let these cool for about 10 minutes after I took them out of the oven. We'll go ahead and try one here and see how it is. So there it is. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Whoa. It's such an easy recipe. There's nothing to it. Literally jalapenos, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, or cheese of your choice. I like breakfast sausage. I like the sage. It adds an extra element of flavor. You could go with the mild or hot or any breakfast sausage or any sausage whatsoever. Italian sausage. So good. Basically, you could, there's a lot you could do with this simple recipe. You don't even have to bake them. Put them on a smoker. Put them on your pellet grill, you know. So like I said, 325 convection oven, 25 minutes. The texture of the pepper is perfect. Still like a tiny hint of snap left. Not really snap, but firmness, like it's not mushy at all. Perfect, these turned out perfect. So anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. This is going on the food playlist. This is not really a diet food. Technically, I guess somebody could say this is keto-ish. Obviously the pepper and cream cheese and cheese have carbs. And I think you could probably get away with eating maybe like 4 of these in a given day. But it's still calorie-dense food. It's really not good for somebody that's like trying to diet. Like if you're trying to lose weight, this is a calorie-dense food. This is not a good choice. So even in the context of keto, while it might be keto-friendly, it's not really a good choice. So it's not something I'd recommend. Anyway, so it's gonna go into the food tabs or food playlist, which I think this is the first video. Every other food video has been kind of like a meal prep like video for all of my fitness transformation stuff. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Hope the recipe serves you well in the future. Until next time, guys, take care.